Okay, welcome back. Our topic for today is factoring by trial and error. So for our example number one, you have x squared plus 10x plus 21. What you do when you're doing factoring quadratics by trial and error is you are going to assume that so you will have two binomial factors like this, and you're going to think of what I can put here and here, what I can multiply by each other to make an x squared. So I am kind of thinking x and x. By the way, I could be wrong here because this is trial and error. So I don't want you to assume that whatever we will get is already the answer. It could be the answer, it could be not. So we will try it. So I want to ask you, for this end right here, I want you to look at your last term and think of the two numbers that when you multiply will be a positive 21. So it could be, I wanted to try, since that's positive and that's positive and that's a 10, I'm kind of thinking it could be a positive 7 here and a positive 3 here. So positive 7 times positive 3 is positive 21, but I'm not sure yet until I do my middle term. And the way to do the middle term is this. You need to get these two, multiply them. So that is positive 7x, because that's positive 7 and this is positive x. And then for here, that is positive x times positive 3, and that is going to be a positive 3x. When you add them, if they come out to be the middle term, then you got it right. So this is 10x. So we got it right. These are the factors. Okay, so we are now on example number 2. And again, I will have my factors in binomial. I have an x squared, so I'm kind of thinking this is x and this is x. How about the positive 20? There are many combinations that can make up a positive 20. However, I see a negative here. So we are assuming that this is negative times a negative. And since this is trial and error, I'm just going to go ahead and do 10 times 2. If I have 10 times 2, so this and this is now x squared. If I have negative 10 times negative 2, I will have a positive 20. And then I need my middle term. And for my middle term, I need to do this, and that's a negative 10x. And this is negative 2 times positive 1x is a negative 2x. So my middle term is negative 12x. And I look at this and it's not. Therefore, this is not the right combination. These are not the right numbers. So we will have another trial. So our next trial is x and x. Again, negative, negative, because that is a positive and that's a negative right there. So I am kind of thinking 4 and 5. All right, let's do this. So again, x times x is x squared, so that is a check. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Now let's do our middle term. So that's x squared. This is a positive 20. Middle term is negative 4x. And I'm sorry, this and this is negative 5x. Middle is negative 9x. Therefore, that is the right combination of factors. These are the factors. Okay, example number 3. 2x squared plus 11x minus 21. Okay, let's start. So, I will have 2x here just for trial and error, and I will have what makes negative 21 must be a negative sign and a positive sign. And I will do 7 here and 3 here. And I know that this is going to come out as a negative 21, and I know that this is going to come out as positive 2x squared. My concern is the middle term, and so I'm going to go ahead and do this. So negative 7x, that is a 6x. If I add them, it's a negative 1x. Middle term has to be a positive 11. And so that's not right. This is not the right combination. And let's keep on doing our trial and error. So 2x and x here. 1 negative, 1 positive. What I will do is I will flip them. Okay, I will do the 3 here and I will do the 7 here. And again, we're just doing trial and error. If this is not right again, then what we might need to flip are the signs. But let's try this first. So 2x squared is going to be that. This is negative 21. That's going to be that. And let's check our middle term. So that's negative 3x. This is positive 14x. And you are going to add them. And great, this is 11x. Therefore, this is our, or these are our factors. For our last and final example, we have 3x squared minus 13x minus 10. Let's just go ahead and do our trial and error. I'm kind of thinking this is 3x, that's an x. That will do the first term, which is 3x squared. This is a negative 10. The fact that this is negative, that means that one is positive, one is negative, and I will just try 5 and 2. Okay, because that will make a negative 10. So let's do this. So this times this is a 5x, and this times this is a negative 6x, and if I add them, that's a negative 1x. So these are not the right factors. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep on trying. So what if I do 3x? Okay, I cannot keep the 5 and the 2 there because I don't know if you see the common sense. If I keep the 5 and the 2 and I just switch the sign, it is going to come out still as a 1, but it will be positive if you just flip the signs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the numbers. So I'm going to do a positive 2 here, and I'm going to do a x minus 5 here, and that will be a 3x squared still. This is a negative 10. Okay, just showing you that I'm checking every time I do that. So this times this is a 2x. This times this is a negative 15x. Okay, 3x times negative 5 is negative 15. I add them, and it will come out as negative 13x. That's your middle term. Therefore, these are your factors.